Okay, Saxon 4 Math Group, we're ready for Lesson 49, Word Problems about Equal Groups, and this is just Part 1. So let's warm up with some mental math. This tells us to add hundreds, then tens, and then ones, regrouping tens and ones. And really and truly, I would prefer to start with the tens. And I'll tell you why. It's just easier to add on the hundreds at the end, I think. So let's look at this. We've got 58 here and 54 here. And I know that 50 and 50 is 100. And 8 and 4 is 12. So that gives me 112 plus, let's see, 300 more, 412. Okay, let's look at the 80 and the 50. I know that's 130, and the 7 and the 4 would give me 11 more. Okay, and then add 800 onto that. 941. Let's look at the 60 here and the 60 here. I know that's 120, and the 7 and the 5 is 12, so that put me up to 132, plus 500 more is 632. Okay, with this one, 480, I like to do it in steps. Let's go ahead and take away 100. That's easy. That'd be 380, right? Now take away 10, 370. Take away 5, 365. See how easy that was? Okay, measurement. What is the diameter of this coin? That means all the way across the center point. And if we look, it doesn't make it to an inch mark, does it? It is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, estimation. Choose the more reasonable estimate for the length of a dollar bill. 6 inches. Okay, here you've got 1 inch, right? Or 6 millimeters. And I'm going to tell you a millimeter is pretty close to this little period here. Maybe a little bit bigger. So, you know the reasonable answer, 6 inches. Okay, let's look at this. Again, I like to start with tens. That's just me. If you want to do it a different way, you can pause and do it in your head. 20 and 40 is 60, plus 15 is 75. Okay, now look at my hundreds. I've got 700, right? 775, piece of cake. All right, there's several different ways to attack this one, and you can do it however is easiest for you. Me, I like to look at this 110 and this 50 right here would put me up to 160. Now I'm going to treat the 95 like it's 100, okay? So if I'm up to 160, that would put me up to 260, but take away 5, 255. Okay, now I'm going to pretend this is 20. So 255, 265, 275, and take away 1, and you've got it, 274. Whatever's easier for you to add up and keep in the back of your mind, and remember your tricks for rounding off and then adjusting when you're finished. Okay, problem solving. Paige earns $2 for each day she completes her chores. Normally, Paige is paid $14 each Saturday for the entire previous week. This week, though, Paige wants to ask for an early payment so she can purchase a new game. If Paige asks to be paid for the chores she's already completed Sunday through Thursday, how much money will she ask for? And explain how you arrived at your answer. So think Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's how many days? 5 days times $2. That would be $10, right? Okay, example 1 with the new concept of multiplication in different groups. Tyrone has 5 cans of tennis balls. There are 3 tennis balls in each can. How many tennis balls does Tyrone have? 5 cans times 3 tennis balls each. And we've got 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so you can think of the number of groups and the number in each group, and the number of groups here was 5 cans times 3 tennis balls in each can. Example 2, 12 eggs equals a dozen eggs. Find the number of eggs that equals 5 dozen. So that'd be 5 times 12, and that would be 60 eggs. Example 3, 1 human foot has 26 bones. About how many bones are in 2 human feet? And look, it said about. That's our key that we're supposed to round or estimate. It's really close to 25, isn't it? And 2 sets of 25 is 50. So a good estimate is 50, and it's really easy to add on the extra 2 and know the exact answer as well. Okay, lesson practice. Part A, we have to write and solve an equation for each equal groups problem. There were 8 birds in each flock. There were 6 flocks. How many birds were there in all? 6 flocks times 8 birds in each flock equals 48 birds. And if they want you to do an equation, you would have to write 6 flocks times 8 birds in each flock equals, and then put any letter you want to, okay? Birds. All right, B. There are 6 people in each car. There are 9 cars. How many people are there in all? 6 people times 9 cars equals P for people. In people is what they put. And the answer, 6 times 9 is 54 people. A bakery display case contained 4 dozen muffins. How many individual muffins were in the display case? You have to know how many are in a dozen for this one. Okay, 4 dozen, and 4 times 12 is 48 muffins. One human hand has 27 bones. About how many bones are there in 2 human hands? So we get to estimate again. It's really close again to 25. So 25 plus 25, or 25 times 2 is 50. But you could add, that's 2 more for each hand. Okay, so that's 4 more. The exact answer is 54. All right, now it's time for you to go back and check 48. So hit pause as you check 1 through 9. Hit pause as you check 10 through 26. And hit pause as you check 27 through 30. And you are done.